Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day two of Global Strategy Summit. So we had a wonderful session yesterday with around 9 speakers from all across the globe. So we had very interesting and insightful and inspiring lectures yesterday. So just to give you a background and the details of Global Strategy Summit. So we conduct from True Strategy, we conduct twice a year a Global Strategy Summit for 2 days or maximum 3 days. So to connect industry experts, strategy consultants, and then managers across the globe to the organizations who are looking for strategy transformations. Okay. So this is how and we are quite successful in doing so, and many organizations have expressed their gratitude that this is helping them. Okay. So I take this as an opportunity, and Praveen, please check Dr. Ajay. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, so today is a day two event. I would like to invite our first speaker, Dr. Ajay Shankar Gupta from Hyderabad. So I would like to give a quick introduction to Dr. Ajay. So he can start our session today. Okay, so Dr. Ajay Shankar Gupta, the topic today he is talking is organizational performance alignment using the balanced scorecard concept along with a case study of a power plant. So that's very interesting. I would like to hear that. So Dr. Ajay is a founder of Ainapur Consultants. He is an expert in ESG, sustainability, and business excellence with 40 plus years of experience. Formerly, he was with Tata Steel. He specialized in balance scorecard, TQM, and ESG frameworks, advising industries like mining, power, and manufacturing. Okay. So, welcome, Dr. Ajay. So, over to you. So, the first session, organizational performance alignment using balance scorecard, the case study. So, thank you, Dr. Ajay, for joining. So, wonderful day for all of you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sheikh. Very happy to participate in this global seminar. Uh, I will be briefly talking about the balance scorecard concept and how it is helping us in alignment in the organizational. So, if anybody has any questions, they can always put it in the chat box. So, I will try to answer at the end of the session. I request coordinator to monitor the uh,
Yeah.
presentation. If any obstructions are coming, please try to call me and
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah. I'm there in the call. Okay.
okay.
So I'll be in the backstage, but
Sometimes
I'll call you
yeah,
back.
yeah. Sometimes technical problem occurs.
No
That's why.
problem, sir. I'm here. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I will be sharing my screen. Please confirm if it is clear. Is it clear?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, friends. Welcome to the session. We are going to discuss on organizational performance alignment with balanced scorecard concept, which is a very powerful tool. So here I'm going to discuss about why continuous improvement is required and why measurement is required, what to measure, and what is balanced scorecard, how strategy maps helps us in alignment, examples of some case studies, and integrating with ESG, because nowadays ESG sustainability has become very important for many organizations. So we have tried to develop a strategy map and a sample scorecard for this. Then the deployment which helps in aligning the overall organization level. So if you have any questions at any time, you can put it in the chat box. We will try to answer at the end of the session. Why continuous improvement is there? See, because many times companies feel that I am the market leader, nothing to worry. Now I am there as a market leader, I can be there in the business forever. No. So earlier, organizations used to think that today's performance will ensure future success, but it is not so. TQM, total quality management approach, though it is a very old approach, people say, but still it holds good, and it is the uh, maybe there it is there in different names, but it is still total quality management approach only. So which says that today's excellence is tomorrow's mediocrity. if you do not continuously improve, you will be there and many other organizations will be overtaking you. So we have to benchmark ourselves, compare ourselves with the best in the world. Why in the world, but not in the industry or not in within the country? Because now after globalization and open market and technology uh, implementation, so you have to compete with the global best organizations and continuously improve at the rate higher than our competitors and potential competitors. Remember this, why I am saying potential competitors, because the person or the organization which is not there in the business may suddenly enter into the business and with a new technology, new equipment or new features and overtake your business. So you have to keep track of present competitors strategies and potential competitor strategies. So we agree that improvement is essential. Then if you want to improve, you have to measure. Why? Because as a general rule, you get what you measure. Because what does not get measured cannot be recorded. If you cannot record, you cannot monitor. If you cannot monitor, you cannot control. If you cannot control, you cannot improve. So if you want to improve anything, if you want to improve any performance, you have to start measuring it. So if you want to improve, start measuring it. Anything you want to improve, satisfaction you want to improve, start measuring. Brand value you want to improve, start measuring. Productivity you want to improve, start measuring. So whatever you want to improve, profitability, start measuring. Of course, many companies do that initially. So performance measurement is essential for continual improvement. But what to improve? What to measure? An organization must measure the critical few parameters that represent its long-term strategy and value creation. Because many times we see that organizations start measure anything is measurable, whichever is measurable. So if you see older organizations, you find that lot of measurements are there, lot of KPIs are there. They go on producing the reports and reports. But if you want to be successful, if you want to achieve your long-term vision, long-term value, you have to measure the critical few parameters which represent them. Many times measures are to measure workload rather than result. How many hours you have worked, how many uh, uh, how much coding you have done or something like that. So it should be focused on the results, not on the measure quantum of work. Measures focused in one area may yield unintended consequences in other areas because there is no alignment and integration in the measurement system. You find that there are pockets of excellences in the organization. This procurement department has done excellent, but overall organization is not excellent. So there are many pockets of excellence, but overall organization is not excellent. So if you see procurement department, purchasing department, they have performed excellent. They have been rated as the best performer in the company. Now you go and ask their internal customer, maintenance department, they will say that we have not got the material in time, because of which I had to postpone my uh, overhauling, or my because of bad quality of the material we had so many trippings or so many failures, so many hours lost due to that, like that. So here, because there is no, yeah, as far as procurement department is concerned, they have certain KPIs that we have to procure the local as per local tender. If it is local tender, then within 30 days. If it is global tender, 90 days. Or if it is a proprietary item, 30 days, something like that. They have internal KPIs, and then uh, procuring at L1 cost, or procuring with less than the budgeted cost, like that. They have their trend, they have achieved all that. Their department has been rated as excellent, but overall you see that the organization, the internal customer is not satisfied, because the KPIs are there is no integration and alignment within the organization towards the vision. Measurement is a powerful motivator, so be careful you wish for, you might get it. See, there is a I don't know, some, there is a saying in Telugu said, there will be, if you wish anything bad, God is there immediately, take it. Like the tadastu devatalu untaru bolte. So they tell that if you wish a bad thing, God is ready to give it immediately. So that is why be careful what you want to measure. Don't measure the wrong parameters, wrong indicators. Then how to select appropriate measures. Uh, to drive high performance, we have to start measuring key strategic measures. Don't measure anything and everything. Start measuring strategic based on your strategy, and then it has to be in different levels: corporate level, operation system level, business unit level, department level, team level, even individual KRAs. All these measures should be aligned with organizational strategy. There should be an alignment with this strategy. See, if any measure you cannot link it to organizational strategy, it is of not key area. It may be a routine work. So key area, it is not a KPI. Integrated to reflect the strategy execution. So strategy is many times beautifully written language. So what is there in it for me? What I have to do for contributing to my strategy? So whatever activity I'm performing, is it contributing to the strategy execution or not? Whether it is aligning with the strategy or not. So here the best tool is Balanced Scorecard Concept. It's a proven concept. It helps in aligning the overall organization in line with the organizational strategy. What is this Balanced Scorecard concept? Many of you might have heard, but still briefly, it was published in 1991 by Dr. Kaplan and Norton. So this was considered as the best management tool in past 75 years. So still it is the best management tool. So it helps in aligning the organization and executing the strategy. Why companies need Balanced Scorecard? See, many companies have a beautiful strategy. Their strategy is excellent, but they could not get benefit of the strategy because they could not implement it properly. 90% of companies that formulate strategy cannot implement it. It helps to deploy the strategy successfully. Balance Scorecard helps you in deploying the strategy successfully. It helps in translating the vision and mission of the company. Many times beautifully written vision statement, mission statements are there, but how I am contributing, how I am aligned to mission is not clarified. But by implementing Balance Scorecard, people can align and explain their activity in linked to the vision of the company. It is an enterprise management system. Managers are working hard to be sure things are done right. So we are trying to do the thing right. See, we have a performance parameter, upper limit, lower limit. As long as my process is within the upper limit, lower limit, I'm happy. The moment there is sporadic incidents, high cost or low productivity, we try to do firefighting and do process into control. So we are trying to do the things right, but we hardly have, our managers hardly have time whether I am focusing on the right thing or not, whether this parameter is important or not. This parameter was important last year, but this year it may not be. Last year's strategy was for increasing the number of customers. Okay, still if I focus on number of customer acquiring new customers, what is the sale per customer? What is the business per purchases of the customer? You may be having 1,000 customers. If they are not purchasing the quantity, what is the quantum of purchase by new customers? So like that, the strategy will be changing. So the parameter which you want to monitor also should go on changing. So managers hardly have time to decide if they are doing the right thing. So Balanced Scorecard concept helps you in doing the right thing, focusing on the right parameter, right area. It improves in communication of the strategy across the organization. You see, the strength of the Balanced Scorecard is the one-page strategy map. This one-page strategy map is going to explain you how the organization is going to play the game to achieve their vision. It communicates clearly to the every individual in the organization. So this Balanced Scorecard has a 4 perspectives: financial, customer, internal process, learning and growth. What is financial perspective? See, those who have invested money in the company, the shareholders, they expect something. Finally, the organization should try to satisfy the shareholders who have invested the money. What is their expectation? What is their expectation? Whether it has to be profit per share or earning per share, or it is the market value, it is the uh, share value, or what they are expecting, what they want to achieve, get. So those are the financial perspective parameters. Then customer perspective. To achieve financial objectives, what customer needs must be served. See, if I want to make financial gains, the customer has to pay. Unless until customer pays, you cannot achieve financial results. So to make the customer purchase our product or service, we have to see what is his expectation. What customer needs we need to fulfill. Okay, customer needs are identified, financial perspective identify, who is going to provide that? Your internal processes. To satisfy shareholders and customers, in which internal processes we must excel. What are the internal processes? Critical processes which are impacting the customer expectations, which are helping in meeting the customer requirements, which in turn will help in achieving the financial objectives. Innovation and learning perspective. See, the expectations of the customers, the expectations of the shareholders, the technology, business environment is dynamic, changing. So to be dynamic, to be in line with the present scenario, you have to innovate and learn. To achieve our goals, how must our organization learn and innovate? For achieving the financial objectives, customer requirements, fulfilling customer requirements, what process I have to uh, manage, and how to improve those processes in line with the new technology or new business environment. And many times we find that the strategies are unbalanced. Oil companies tend to dominated by the technical and focus on the refineries at the expense of marketing. So oil companies don't bother about the technical and other things. They bother only marketing. So their strategies are mostly focused on the marketing. Consumer goods companies is dominated by a marketing and sales focus at the expense of technology and innovation. So they focus on the market. High-tech companies focus on engineering and technology culture, with manufacturing being a stepchild. So this is common in the any organization, that there are unbalances in the strategy formulated by the organization. So this concept, balance scorecard concept, is going to help you in balancing the strategy. How? Through strategy maps. What is strategy map? Strategy map is a logical and comprehensive architecture for describing the strategy. As I told, in one page, it will explain you how you are going to play the game. It provides a visual framework for integrating the organization's objectives in the four perspective of the balance scorecard. As I said, balance scorecard has a four perspective: financial, customer, internal process, learning and growth, or innovation. So it helps in explaining your strategy with cause and effect linkages in four perspectives. It is a single page view. That is the strength. See, many times we find that organizations have a beautiful strategy written in voluminous documents, very big document, 100 pages, 200 pages, beautifully written. So nobody reads and understands the intent of it. But this one page strategy map explains you the total intent in every aspect of the business. A properly constructed balance scorecard strategy map tells the story of how business unit is going to play. I will be showing some samples also. I will explain how it tells the story. And you should identify and make explicit sequence about the cause and effect relationship between the outcome measures, outcomes you want to achieve, and the drivers of those outcomes. If I want to achieve this, I need to, this is the area I have to focus, which drives this result, like that. This validate strategy is balanced or complete or not. Yesterday, someone was asking about how do we know that strategy is complete? It may be incomplete strategy. Yes, many of the times these strategies are incomplete also, unless until you put them into the strategy map and try to establish cause and effect linkage. You cannot be sure that the strategy is complete. I want to achieve something in the customer area, I need to do something in the technology. If I want to do something in technology, I need to improve the systems and competence of my people. Without focusing on the competence of the people, how can I improve the processes? How can I adopt the new technology? Like that. So try to explain this cause and effect linkage in a brief, a simple way. A company wants to improve ROC, return on capital employed. If I want to improve return on capital employed, I have to achieve customer loyalty. If I want to achieve customer loyalty, I have to provide the product on time. If I want to provide the product on time, I have to improve the process quality and process cycle time. If I have to improve the process quality and process cycle time, I have to enhance the employee skills. The strategy story is something like, by enhancing employee skills, I can improve the process quality and process cycle time, which in turn helps me in providing the product on time, by which I can achieve the customer loyalty and in turn achieve the return on capital employed. This is something like a cause and effect relation in the strategy story. This I have tried to explain a simple way to explain you the cause and effect. But most of the times, the strategy maps are not so simple. It will be something like this. This type of strategy map you can see, you can try to read and understand in Kaplan book. This is also there. But let me give an actual example which I had prepared as a consultant. This company wants to improve the turnover and profits. For that, they want to increase the revenue generation through trading and also through cost and inventory reduction. If I want to achieve this, develop and new customers and increase market share, which in turn will help in increasing the profits, improve customer satisfaction, that will help in improving the uh, market share, and penetration into niche market, which in turn will help in developing new customers, process improvement, which will help in penetration into new market, also improving customer satisfaction. Like this, you need to identify different strategies with cause and effect linkages. So by having suggestion reward recognition system, you will help the these cross functional teams and uh, continuous improvement teams, value engineering teams, benchmarking teams, that will help in achieving this cost realization. Let me take an highliner. This will help in cost rationalization, which in turn will lead to the cost. Improving industrial relations will enhance employee engagement, employee satisfaction, which will also help in improving the process improvement. By improving the process, I can improve the customer satisfaction and also develop and help in penetrating into new niche market. So like this, there has to be cause and effect linkage. Without having this, you cannot achieve this. No, as I said, strategy is written in beautiful English language, beautifully written language. But what is there in it for me? How I am going to contribute? So the strategy has to be translated into operational and measurement language. As I said, if you want to improve anything, start measuring it. See the example. Strategic goal is to deliver healthcare of a consistently high quality, beautiful strategic statement. But how can I know whether this is achieved or not? Whether we are doing required thing to achieve this or not? This cannot be achieved simply because we have a strategic goal. So the cycle time for billing and discharge, this is also an enabler to achieve this. Facility or ward infection rate, surgical site infection rate. This is a medical case. Medication errors, finally patient satisfaction index. These are the indicators. So to achieve this, I need to focus on this. And for achieving these targets, some initiatives we have to take, that I will be explaining you about the strategic initiatives. See another example of translating strategy into operational and measurement language. Perspective, corporate objective, strategic measures, unit of measure, lead or lag type of indicator, actual performance. In fact, this is of Tata Steel where we were working on it. There was a strategic one acquisition to be completed. This is what they acquired a steel plant in UK. Even benchmarking, benchmarking has to be done even with competitors. Pasco was a competitor, but still we had some benchmarking projects with the Pasco. Anyway, benchmarking is another tool. So lag indicator, lead indicator, run of the business, change of the business is identified as the indicators. Many times if I ask what is a lag indicator, people will start telling that behind the target. Lead indicator means above the target. It is not so. Lead indicators are the indicators which will help us in predicting the future outcome. So it will help in taking corrective action. Lag indicator is at the end of the activity, what we have achieved or what we have not achieved. So those are the lag indicators. Once we fix the KPIs or identify the KPIs, we need to stretch the targets. Most of the times what people do is goalie process. What is goalie process? Growth over last year. Last year we have achieved 90 rupees per ton of production. Okay, let us make it as a 85 rupees per ton or 88 rupees per ton, something like that. So growth over last year, 3%, 5% reduction or 5% increase. This is called growth over last year process. This is not a correct process. When you stretch the target, you have to do gap analysis. This is again a different concept which we developed based on Baldrige criteria. So I will show end result of that analysis, gap analysis. Suppose your performance is this last year standard capacity, gap between the standard capacity and your actual performance, 70 minus 59, 11. Internal best, we might have achieved in the month of April 2020, highest performance. So maybe what is the gap, internal best and gap, customer requirement and gap, which is a mandatory requirement to be fulfilled, competitor level, what is the competitors are achieving on this KPI, benchmark gap, what is the best in industry and where we are, the gap is 31%. So then the target taken, it may be something in, so if I am stretching the 11% gap target, there is a logic behind it. It is the rated capacity is 70%, so let me achieve at least this level. So like that, you need to do benchmark gap analysis and that discuss with the team and identify the target, because it should be logically identified. Target should be based on certain logic. Targets cannot be achieved because simply the management has given us the target. Objectives or targets will not be achieved simply because they have been identified. The organization must launch set of action programs that will enable the targets for all the measures to be achieved. So for achieving the target, once you have stretched the target, stretching the target is easy, but achieving the target is tough. So how you want to achieve the target? You identify certain improvement projects, benchmarking projects, value engineering projects, method improvement projects, Six Sigma projects, or even quality circles can help in. Sometimes even brainstorming sessions also going to help us. The total quality management tools will help you. So once you define this stretch target, you have to go to the concerned department and do the brainstorming session to identify the improvement areas. Then form the which tool you want to use. Then focus on that and achieve the targets. The organization must supply scarce resources like people, funding, and capacity for each action program. Whatever strategic initiatives you take for achieving that, the organization should support by dedicating team and funding and, if required, some technological upgradation, other things. These action programs are referred as strategic initiatives. Hence, the execution of strategy is managed through execution of these initiatives. Just a sample I am showing how the scorecard looks like. You see perspective, strategic goal, KPIs, KPI number, then unit of measure, target, actual performance, benchmark data, data owner. See, we had a system of identifying data owner and process owner. Many times, finance is a data owner, but he is not the process owner. The profitability has to come by CEO, like that. Then initiatives. Then who are the team members for achieving this performance improvement project? So, like this, you need to have a integrated. Even scorecard can be prepared in one page. You see in one page how many things are covered, how many KPIs, how many initiatives, how many responsibilities, clarity, target, actual. As I was telling, ESG is picking up, so I tried to develop it is not exactly financial or anything, you can say that, but this see financial perspective is on top if you are for profit organization. If it is a not for profit organization, financial perspective will come in the bottom. It will become an enabler. It is not the outcome desired. It will become a. But if it is a for profit organization, financial perspective is on the top. Learning and growth is in the driver position, like that. So financial sustainability, increase in revenue, improve profitability, improve environmental outcomes. Here I said stakeholder perspective. I did not say customer perspective. Refine governance, improve governance system, enhance social outcomes. Now you see cause and effect linkages. This is how cause and effect has to be there. Whether it is a sustainability strategy map or performance profitability strategy map, everywhere you can have this type of strategy maps. And then if you translate that strategy map into scorecard, ESG scorecard. See, stakeholder perspective, environmental outcomes, governance, transparency. Then what are the KPIs related to that? GHG emissions, energy consumption, water consumption, value of non-disputed fines, penalties, internal. So like that, you translate your strategy into operational measurement language. Then deployment. So once you prepare the corporate level scorecard, corporate level targets, how we are going to deploy it. It is another example how the vision statement of to be the most cost competitive steel plant in the world, Tata Steel. This vision statement, how it is translated into strategic goal, cost competitiveness, how this was deployed into MD level. MD's balance scorecard had a target of cost of HR coil, hot rolled coil. It is not human resources, it is hot rolled coil cost. Then it is deployed to different consumables and energy consumption and other elements. Now, if you take one specific energy consumption, how it was, this is a MD level, this is vice president and ED levels, and this is general manager levels. This sub-council council was a TQM organizational structure, iron making, steel making, roll making, like that. So this is how the alignment and deployment has to be there. This is also done through departmental balance scorecards. See, once corporate balance scorecard is prepared, this departmental balance scorecard has to be there. What is perspective, strategic goal, departmental KPIs aligned to with this. Many times we find that people will say that I am from so and so department, I don't have any contribution for it. This is HR, you see. HR will say what role I have on profit per employee per year. They have identified KPI. turnover per employee per year, wage cost as percentage of turnover, travel cost, contract labor cost, internal customer satisfaction index, supply against demand of contract workers. So, like this, see, basically, once you try to stimulate their thinking process, go and discuss with them. This is what company wants to achieve. What can you contribute? I may not be expert of their business, but if I go and talk to them, stimulate this. So, this is how one company is doing. What are the parameters you wish to monitor? In what way you can help in cost reduction? In what way you can help in furnace capacity utilization? Only I can supply manpower and uh, provide manpower as per the requirement skill. Like that, you need to align existing processes and uh, activities with the strategy. Now, if you go to how to identify that, how to identify each department, how they are going to contribute. Every department has a processes and activities in place. It is not that department is not working without strategy or without this balanced scorecard concept. What we try to do is, what are the different processes you have in the department, why you are performing this activity. I don't think this type of table you will find anywhere. This is the table which I had developed for Baldrige criteria satisfaction. This I am using for identifying the potential performance indicators. Here, what is the process in your department? What is expected from it? Why I am doing that activity or why I am performing that process? How can I know that whether that process outcome has come or not? The potential performance indicator. And these all potential performance indicators cannot become KPIs. This yellow highlighted has become KPI, others were not uh, KPI. This may be their individual performance KRS or anything, but this, when it has gone to the scorecard, see, in increased turnover, these highlighted one were KPIs, performance indicators from the process table. These are new by doing the brainstorming session in the department. Manpower in finance department never monitor the manpower in the finance department, or cost of overhead cost, something like that. Errors in cancellation of vendor customers accounts quarterly basis, something like. So what you are doing here is aligning existing processes and identifying new processes or activities to align with the corporate strategy. This is how HR scorecards. See, HR also has different KPIs related to financial, related to customer. This environmental department, EHS, environment, health and safety, raw material handling department. Some examples I have given. Now, as I was telling, in power plants, we had done some examples. See, financial perspective, one in this organization CEO level, how the strategic objective has become 4 KPIs in CEO level. Then how it is deployed to different departments, secretarial KPIs, HR, strategy and HR KPI, head finance, procurement department, operational head, O&M head, station head, mechanical and coal handling plant, electrical, and everyone had some KPIs related to this. If I say financial performance, HR will say I don't have any contribution for that. But here you see average salary increase given HR and administration budget utilization. Just see this, how HR department aligns. Organizational strategy is to enter into new market. If I have to enter, if the company wants to enter into new market, what HR has to do? Develop marketing team, new policy for marketing team. What will be the KPIs? Marketing executive recruited, training on management, marketing skills, mandates trained on about marketing skills, designing incentive scheme for marketing team, develop HR policy for internal marketing, something like this. Then alignment, you see, no alignment, it will be like that. See, generally I give a story, those who can understand Hindi. Of course, let me explain in English only. uh, People were traveling in a bus. The bus got stuck up on the way. Driver says that all the passengers please get down and push the bus. 40 passengers were there. They got down and started pushing the bus. Bus did not move. Then driver says, how come 40 people are pushing the bus? Bus is not moving. Then he comes down and asks, why? Everyone has pushed? Yes, everyone has. How? Individually. Number one, with sincerely, I have put my total effort. Number two, number three. Individually, everyone was doing excellent, full energy. They were pushing the bus. What is the result? No, bus didn't go. Then driver says, everyone together, you have to push the bus. So all the persons started pushing the bus, but still the bus was not moving. Then driver surprised, how come? He comes down and asks, have we pushed all together? Yes, all of us together. Yes, exactly. Same time? Yes. How? From four sides, left, right, front, and back. See, then driver says whether you are in the left or right or back, see that bus moves towards front. So in the same way in the organization, whether you are in production department or support department, in whichever department you are there, you have to see that the your activity leads the bus towards your organization towards the vision. So that is the alignment required. In the process, what happens? Sometimes you may have to compromise with your internal excellence. Procuring at L1 cost, maybe you have to compromise L1 cost, you have to go to L2. Procuring in 30 days for single tender, you may have to bypass all that some steps and achieve it in 10 days or 1 week, like that. So that is how the integration and alignment has to be there. And how overall alignment, see, many times companies say that vision is first, but you see that those I don't know, still some MBA colleges teach vision is first, but according to Kaplan book, and I agree that mission is first. Unless until we decide why we are existing, what values we are going to follow, we cannot define where we want to be. Once we define where we want to be, how I am going to reach there is a strategy management. Then you have a balanced strategy or not, put it into the strategy map, then translate it to scorecard, identify initiative, define the individual KRS or objectives, then achieve this here. This is there in the Kaplan's book. But now I will give you practical example. Group purpose of, actually it was Tata group purpose, then Tata Steel's vision values, then strategic goals, then MD scorecard, then quality council objectives, that is ED, vice president level, then sub council, this is general manager level or sub units. We had even where I was working in a mines division, it was SBU, sub council, and then departments within the SBU. Then we were preparing annual quality improvement plan. This is what I said. Our objectives and targets cannot be achieved simply because targets have been given. You need to identify the improvement projects. We were conducting brainstorming sessions in the month of April and identifying the improvement projects and forming the cross-functional teams and preparing the annual quality improvement plan. Then individual KRS. KRA, if I ask you, you will tell key result area. But as a lighter side, what we were calling it is as in Hindi, क्यों रखना है आपको? Why company should keep you? Why company should keep you unless until your activity has a linkage to departmental and then finally to vision. Unless until your work is aligned with this, why company should keep you, like that. Now people have become more conscious of OKR, but I feel OKR is alone cannot achieve this because they are not aligned with cause and effect. Gaps in OKR, no cause and effect logic, often disconnected from vision and mission, can be siloed at team level or individual level. It may be isolated objective, may ignore balance across financial and customer and learning growth. They may not be balanced OKRs. That is why strategy map is essential, which provides comprehensive view with cause and effect linkage between financial, customer, and internal process. OKRs not random or siloed, but anchored to strategic priorities. From strategy objectives like strategy map, strategic objectives, then you can make it. Align initiative across the department, everyone contributes to shared strategic objectives. Integrating OKRs with balanced scorecard is the best. Use the strategy map to derive strategic themes and objectives. then convert into KPIs. I am telling here, you may tell that OKRs. Use BSC frame for monitoring and execution. What is changing? Use predictive analytics, KPI trends. AI. Nowadays, AI is using anomaly detection, and it can help in forecasting trends. AIs can predict employee attrition or predict in the survey, some parameters. Uh, Moves from BSC from lagging measurement to leading. As I was telling, leading indicators are very important, which will help you in taking corrective action and achieve the objectives, final objective lag indicators. Old approach, static Excel and PowerPoint we were using. New approach, some digital boards are there with ERP and CRM, HRMS. KPIs updated in real time with APIs. Role based. Every department, every individuals can have their. You can use some tools like softwares like Crew Strategy. Is also they have a very good strategy map and other linkage system. Then it enables continuous performance visibility, accountability, and quick course corrections. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. If there
Yeah,
are questions,
thank you, Dr. Ajay. Very insightful lecture. You touch some key balance scorecard points very nicely. Okay, so it's like a refresh course. So thank you very much.
right.
You shown very nice, interesting uh, alignment process. So what you have done, if I just refresh. So you created a strategy map for the business unit or corporate unit level. Then when you want to cascade, so you kept the same objectives, but you change the KPIs for them.
Yes.
That is a one way. That is a completely different way to do it. That's good. That's good. So if you can identify the KPIs for the same objective for individual departments, and then you can compile that. That's a really a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, yeah. And you nicely integrated ESG into the balance scorecard. So there are two ways. One way is to create sustainability objectives in that, or you can have a separate perspective also. Okay, so that is one area where some people who are ESG focus, they create a separate perspective, but I prefer that it should be a part of it, like what you have shown. Okay, fantastic question, sir. Like a lecture, you implemented this in the power plant, right?
Power plants I have done
Mhm.
most of the thing. Of course, steel plant, mines division,
Tata Steel.
yeah,
Mhm.
and Gulf Oil
Mhm.
Company, GOCL, explosive manufacturing company.
That's great. Good to hear, sir. That good to hear. So,
Yes.
any final thoughts? So we started few minutes late, but yeah. So, any final thoughts? So, what is your advice for especially in Indian companies, mid-size manufacturing companies? Uh, what is your advice? So, how can they go to strategy management using balance scorecard?
So many times people say that we have implemented balance scorecard just by keeping four perspectives and some two three KPIs in that four perspective. Financial met two three KPIs, customer two three KPIs or four KPIs, internal process. That is not a balance scorecard. Actually,
Hmm.
they are not. If I go and ask them what is your strategy map, what is that, they will say. See, unless until you have a strategies with cause and effect linkage, so simply again isolated KPIs will not help you whether it is in line with strategy or not. That is why first type. Even when we do implementation, we start from revisiting the mission statement, values, revisiting the values, develop the vision statement, then do the SWOT analysis and any tool they use for strategic A. Then after that also when strategy is prepared and brought and put it into this strategy map, you find lot of gaps. You want to achieve something here, but nothing is there in the support. You want to implement something here, it doesn't have any linkage with the anything.
Hmm.
So those type of imbalanced or unnecessary strategies or required strategies, all that will be helped balancing in the strategy map. Then you translate that into whether this strategy is implemented or not, whether the strategy is giving me expected result or not. That is what I call translating the strategy into operational and measurement language. So then becomes the CEO scorecard, and then
Okay.
fix the target with doing gap analysis. Then do brainstorming sessions how to achieve that, fulfill the fill the that gap. So this is how this corporate scorecard will prepare. Then you have to go to departments. Once corporate scorecard, corporate strategy map, and the corporate initiatives are finalized, you have to go to the department. And every department has existing process, existing KPIs, everything. Then you try to whatever the parameters they are monitoring, try to link it to the strategy. If it is fitting with the strategy, keep it. If it is not fitting, then let them leave it. Let them not call it a KPI. I saw one company's scorecard developed by a big consultant having 73 KPIs. Then
Mhm.
I said, don't say it is a K. You are insulting the word key. It cannot become key performance indicator. It can become a duty chart, something like that. Maybe even duty chart will not have 73 activities. So I had helped them in finally bringing down to 30, from 73 to 30, in a HOD scorecard. In HOD scorecard, okay, he is the departmental head, he can monitor 20, 30. But if it comes to individuals, 5 to 6 is enough.
Yeah. Good, good, good. Excellent. So there is one note. It's a good session. What is final score value? BSc, whatever we say, it's a good score or not.
See,
There is,
weightages are given. That's see, again, everyone will say every perspective of 25% weightage. No, it depends on the nature of the organization and nature of the
organization.
department also. So if I go to finance, CEO level, finance may be having 40% weightage as a CEO of the company. But when I come to HR head, the weightage in the finance may be 15, 20%, but in learning and growth will be 40%.
Correct, correct. It
That is how
depends.
the weightages are to be given. Then
Yeah,
at
it
the end of
depends.
the year, if 100% target achieved or 90% achieved, so that depends. So sometimes organizations say that 80%, 90% is considered as achieved, and above 90 is good, above 100 is excellent.
Yeah, it's a relative term.
Yeah,
Sometimes, in organizations, you fix KPA, the targets, in a different way. Okay.
yes,
So if you put some stretch target, you may not achieve it. Okay. Sometimes. So it all depends on the organization, how your organization is doing in current month and next month and the subsequent months. So that is a comparison relatively within the organization.
and
So they
immediately you can take corrective action.
Yeah, yeah. So these measures can be compiled to objectives, objectives to perspectives, and then balance scorecard. The overall score can be seen as one number. Yeah, and that one number it differ from one company
Yeah,
to
yeah,
another. Yeah,
yes, and even department to department,
yeah. It will change.
it will
So
change.
that is a relative term, and you can fix the benchmarks as you wish,
Yeah,
as per your business requirements. That's a great. That's great. So yeah, all the presentations and the videos will be uploaded after the event, maybe at one or 2 days maximum. We will upload it, and then if you have already registered, you will get a notification. If it is not, just share us your email or to our organizer, so we will share the links to you to download it. Okay. So with that, I take this as an opportunity to thank Dr. Ajay. So thank you very much, Dr. Ajay. Very
thank you.
insightful, very basic, very focused. There is no confusion kind of thing. You've given
Yeah,
a very nice
thank you.
practical example how it is done in our organization. So thank you, sir. Thank you very
Thank
much for joining all the way. And if there is any questions,
Yeah, yeah,
we'll put you offline. And then if somebody wants to reach you, yeah, we will just connect you. We'll share your contact details.
yeah.
And yeah,
Thank you, sir.
okay.
Thank you for the
Yeah, we will update. We'll keep the presentations available, Marshall, for all the sessions. Yeah, we take consent from individual speakers, and then whatever slides it has shown, it will be published. Okay, just stay tuned in for one or 2 days. Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Ajay. Thank you very much.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm
Thank
leaving
you.
this session.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, and have a great time.